Only 2% of people can spot a lie just by looking at someone's eyebrows. And yes, those are the same 2% who notice when you move the cheese in the fridge. In the next 10 minutes, you'll know exactly how to read people like a human polygraph and catch lies before they even finish their sentence. Psychologists call this deception detection, and trait number 4 is the one most people can't fake, even if they binge-watched every episode of Lie to Me. All right, let's talk about the secret society of human lie detectors. You know, the people who always know when you forgot to reply because you were busy. Look, we've all claimed bad Wi-Fi at least once. But what makes these lie spotters so good? Did they take a class? Were they bitten by a radioactive truth spider? Are they just really, really good at catching their friends saying, "I'm 5 minutes away"? Let's face it, most of us are one awkward interaction away from believing anything. Someone says, "No, I swear, I love pineapple on pizza," and we just nod along, even though deep down, we know that's a federal offense. But some people, let's call them the Leebusters, spot a fake story like it's written in Comic Sans. Here's what they're doing differently. 1. The Sherlock Eyebrow Twitch. Everyone knows that one friend who scans your face like they're reading the nutritional facts on a candy bar. Lie detectors notice microexpressions, those tiny, involuntary facial movements. Paul Ekman, the grandmaster of lie detection, calls these emotional leaks. It's like your face tried to keep a secret, but your eyebrows ratted you out. Next time your cousin says, "I only had one drink," watch for that microscopic eyebrow jump. If their forehead does a little interpretive dance, odds are it wasn't just one drink. 2. The Human Echo Locator. People with this trait listen more to how you say things than what you say. They're like bats, but less annoying at picnics. The psychology? Prosodic analysis, fancy term for tone, pitch, rhythm. If your friend's voice suddenly goes up an octave when explaining why your leftovers are missing, congrats, you've found the vocal version of a getaway car. Real lie detectors pick up on these tiny changes, while the rest of us are just wondering if we left the oven on. 3. The memory trap card. Lie spotters ask weirdly specific follow-up questions. "Oh, you went to the gym. Which treadmill? The one near the water fountain or the one with the weird squeak?" This is based on the cognitive load theory. Liars can't juggle details, ask them enough, and their story face plants into a reality pothole. Meanwhile, if you're telling the truth, you just shrug and say, "Dude, I was on the elliptical. Why are you interrogating me?" If this is already blowing your mind, I actually put together a full guide that breaks down all of these patterns step by step. It's in the description if you want to go way deeper on this. 4. The Jedi Mind Mirror. Now this one is going to personally attack about 90% of you watching this. Great lie detectors unconsciously mirror the other person's nonverbal behavior. This is called the chameleon effect. People telling the truth naturally sync up, but liars get out of rhythm, like when someone claps offbeat at a concert and everyone notices except them. If you feel like you're doing the Macarena and your friend is doing the worm, somebody's not being straight with you. 5. The gut instinct algorithm. But here's where it gets weird. Some people are basically running Google search in their stomach. They're tuned in to their own gut feelings. Literally. The enteric nervous system, aka the second brain, can pick up on subtle stress cues. So when you get that weird feeling that your coworker did not finish the report, you're not paranoid, you're just an unpaid psychic. 6. The poker face X-ray. You'd think that's the craziest part, but oh no. The best lie detectors aren't just watching you, they're watching themselves. They monitor their own biases, expectations, and emotional reactions. Psychologists call this metacognition. It's like having a little version of yourself on your shoulder whispering, "Are you sure he's not just nervous?" Meanwhile, my shoulder version is usually asking, "Did you eat lunch today?" 7. The social weather forecaster. Okay, but the next one is the one nobody talks about. Super lie detectors are experts on context. They pick up on social norms, the mood of the room, and little inconsistencies. It's called situational awareness. If everyone's laughing at a joke and one guy's sweating like he's on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, that's a clue. Context is king, and lie detectors are the meteorologists of social BS. So why does all this work? Here's the psychological twist. Our brains hate cognitive dissonance. When something doesn't add up, it's like wearing two different socks, annoying, uncomfortable, and unmistakable if you're paying attention. People who spot lies are just better at noticing when things don't match up. Kind of like when your GPS says, "You have arrived," but you're in the middle of a swamp. Projection is another classic. We tend to assume people are telling us the truth because we tell the truth, unless we're talking about going to bed early. The Dunning-Kruger effect comes in too. The more someone thinks they're a human lie detector, the less they usually are. The real pros are humble, always doubting, always checking the story for plot holes like they're editing Game of Thrones. Remember, if you want to dig into all these patterns and actually level up your own skills, I put everything in the full guide in the description. Human behavior code. Less manipulation, more opportunity, money, and better relationships. And no, it won't teach you how to lie better. That's a different guide for lawyers. So next time someone says, "I'm 5 minutes away," and you catch their eyebrow doing the Macarena, you'll know what's up. Look, if you actually want to get better at reading people, not just watching videos about it, I put together a complete guide called the Human Behavior Code. It breaks down every pattern, every signal, every trick we talked about today, plus a ton more. It's all in the description below. Less manipulation, more opportunity, money, and better relationships. And even if you just want to keep watching free videos, hit subscribe. I drop new psychology breakdowns every week. Now, if you think this was wild, wait until you see what happens when people try to hide nervousness. They might as well be wearing a neon sign. That's coming up next. Which of these personally attacked you the most? Let me know below.